I'm someone who doesn't get scared easily. I live alone. I hike and backpack deep into forests. I sleep like a baby. But something happened to me just a few days ago that shook me to my core, and I haven't felt safe since. It was one of the best days of my life. I was happy. I decided to stop at Goodwill, just some joyful thrift shopping. But the moment I stepped into the housewares aisle, I felt it. Someone was watching me. I turned around. Just one other person in the aisle, a girl, maybe 20, pale skin, dark hair, dressed all in black, no purse, no item in her hand. She wasn't shopping. She was just staring at me. Her eyes were wrong, too dark, too deep. And I instantly thought, she doesn't belong here. I grabbed my cart and walked fast. And then I looked to my left. She was beside me again, across the aisle, staring. She hadn't walked, she hadn't moved. It was like she teleported. That's when I left. Just as I was leaving, I ran into my niece and her family walking in. Strange coincidence. I chatted briefly and then left, trying not to think about it. Everything was fine. Until about an hour ago, my cell phone rang. It was my niece's husband, but the call wouldn't connect. I tried my landline. That failed too. Then I got a text. Hey, it's really odd, I know, but do you remember a young woman dressed in black at the Goodwill today? Maybe around 18 or 25? I felt a chill. He had seen her too. He described the same thing. The eyes, the fear, the teleporting. His wife, my niece, never saw her. She thought he was losing it, until I confirmed the story. I locked every door, shut all blinds, lit candles, prayed, salted the windowsills. I'm 50 years old. I've lived a full life, and I am scared. I managed to sleep after all that, but I'll never forget her. And this isn't the first time I've seen something like this. Years ago, in an antique store, I turned a corner and saw a man. He didn't look strange, but every instinct screamed, ghost. I walked to the counter and asked the shopkeeper, "Do you have a ghost in here?" He didn't laugh. He shouted to the back, "Marie, that ghost's out here bothering people again." So no, I don't think I imagined her. I think she was real, but not human.
In my last semester of college, I was assaulted by a football player just for walking where he wanted to drive. He weighed 325 pounds. I weighed 120. He hit me. I lost consciousness. I fell to the pavement. And when I opened my eyes, I was somewhere else. I was living a new life. I met a woman. She was beautiful, warm. She made me laugh in ways no one else ever had. I chased her for months, fought off a few arrogant boyfriends, and then I won her heart. We fell in love. 2 years later, we got married. Not long after, we had a daughter. Her smile could melt steel. She lit up our home like a sunrise. I worked a solid job. She stayed home with the baby. We were happy. 2 more years passed. We had a son. He was everything to me. Every morning before work, I'd peek into his room, watch him sleep. I didn't want to leave him. My wife, my kids, my life. It was everything I never knew I wanted. Until one day, something was off. It started with a lamp. A square lamp, red base, gold trim, 4 legs, white shade. Ordinary, familiar. But the perspective was wrong. Inverted. It was still 3D, but off. Just wrong. My brain couldn't look away. I stared at it all night. My job? Forgotten. My hunger? Gone. I stopped eating, drinking, sleeping. My wife begged me to snap out of it. I couldn't. After 3 days, she took the kids and left the house. That's when it hit me. The lamp isn't real. None of this is real. My home, my job, my children, my wife. 10 years of love were lies. The lamp expanded, wider, deeper, devouring my vision. Red and gold. Voices, screaming, static, then pain. A sickening tidal wave of pain. I woke up on the pavement, face bleeding, surrounded by strangers. Someone said, "He's awake." First words out of my mouth, "I'm missing teeth." Then confusion. The cop dragged me across the grass and shoved me into the back of his cruiser. I couldn't understand what was happening. Hospital, CT scans, blank stares. But the real agony came after. I grieved. For a wife who never existed. For children I'd held and kissed and watched grow. I cried myself to sleep every night for 3 years, hoping to dream of them. I never saw her again. But sometimes I see my son. Just a flash in my peripheral vision. He's always 5 years old. He never speaks. And I never hear what he's trying to say.
I want to share something that happened to me years ago. Something I still can't explain. Back in high school, I was quiet. I didn't have many friends, and I mostly kept to myself. But then one day, this girl transferred to our school. Her name was Emma. Emma was different. She had this quiet energy about her, like she was always watching, listening. But she wasn't creepy. In fact, she was nice, really nice. We started talking in English class, then sitting together at lunch. Over a few weeks, we grew closer. She told me things, personal things, about her family, her fears, even about her old school and how she didn't fit in there either. We'd text late into the night. She'd send me pictures. Nothing weird, just selfies, her cat, dumb memes. I really thought we had something. One day, she didn't come to school. No big deal at first. Maybe she was sick. But then the next day passed. Then the whole week. I texted her, called her. Nothing. Total silence. I asked around. No one had heard from her. Then I tried something weird. I asked my English teacher if he knew what happened to Emma. He just looked confused. Who? Emma, the girl who sits next to me. She's been in class with us for like a month. His face stayed blank. He said there was never any Emma in our class. I laughed it off at first, thinking maybe he just forgot her. But then I checked the attendance sheets. No Emma. Not even her last name anywhere in the system. I checked my phone. The texts? Gone. The photos? Gone. Her number? No record. Even the messages I swore I had completely vanished. I went to the office, tried to ask about her enrollment. They had no record of any Emma transferring in during that time. No files, no ID, no address, nothing. It was like she had never existed. I even asked a couple of friends. We had all hung out once, the three of us. But when I brought her up, they looked at me like I was joking. Dude, who's Emma? I remember everything. Her voice, her handwriting, the exact shade of red she liked to paint her nails. I remember it all, but no one else does. No one but me. To this day, I don't know what happened. Maybe it was some kind of breakdown. Maybe my brain made her up. But it doesn't feel like that. It feels real. Too real. Her name was Emma. And I don't care what anyone says. She was here.